The next step, we want to add the text to our title blocks. As you can see, we have three types of text here: layout note, layout title, and layout big title. So I start with layout note. To change the type of text that you have to go to annotate. Here you select layout note, and then you just type T spacebar, and you know what, I can just type the text here, and you open a window, click, and then you just type, maybe you start with scale. Okay, make sure your keyboard is cap, because we use just capital letter in our note, in our title block. So I just type scale and colon. Press the left key on your mouse, so I have this one. Then I use rotate, and I press anywhere, click anywhere as my base point, and as you can see, I rotate it in this direction. Then I would place it somewhere here. So I move it, grab this one, and maybe I click here. I turn off my ortho because I want to be able to move it around. And see, I would place it maybe here. Then the next step, I don't waste my time to go and do all this step again and again. When I have one of them, I just use copy, CO spacebar, click and select the scale, accept the selection, and I need a point that has the same distance from this text. So I can select, for example, this end point, and I can place that text here. So it would be exactly the same distance for both of them. Then I can go ahead and maybe here, see, it's perpendicular to this one, and I click here. So now it makes it very nice and clean that they all have the same distance. They are all placed in the same place. If you do them individually, you're gonna end up with one of them here, one of them maybe here, and it's not nice. So that's why my suggestion is place one of them and then copy them according to a base point. Okay, your base point can be here, then go perpendicular and perpendicular to copy it 2 times here. I want the same thing here. It's different note, but it's the same distance, it's the same, you know. So I just select this one, copy it, and this time I grab end point of this one maybe, and I place it to end point of this one. See, it's the same distance, and I can do the same thing with this one. Select this one, click here as end point, and I place it here. Now I don't need all of them to be scale. How can I modify it? It's really simple. To modify a text, just see, I'm not in any command. I just press my cursor here and double click. So this one I want it to be date. So I just select this part and I just type date and I click outside. See, this changed to date. The next one I want to be checked by. So I double click here and I change this one to checked by. Again, I click outside. So this one I want it to be checked by. So I double click here and I change this one to checked by, and click outside. This one change to checked by. This one I want it to be title. Double click on it, select it, and change title. Click outside. This one I want it to be drawn by. So double click, select it, drawn by, click here. So I have this information. This one is missing. I need another one like that, the same font, just I want it to be here. So either you can just select one of them, copy it and rotate it and modify it, or if you want you can restart, just type T, enter, open a window, and just type drawing space number colon, and then move it. So try to put it somehow, kind of the same distance that you had. Maybe something like that would be fine. And I just realized something. As you can see, I kind of like it this way better. Here I align my text with this line. Here I didn't do that. It's not a big deal, but somehow I like that one better. So it's an easy fix. I just type M and I select all of them because they all have the same distance. So I select all of them, accept my selection, and I just click anywhere and I just move all of them. Make sure your ortho is on. Okay, and kind of, align it with this line. I guess this is nicer. Okay, now I want to add this information. The scale and the date. So we need a little bit different, text for that one. I used layout title. So just click here again, find layout title. Then we just type T spacebar, and maybe I start with this one. So click, open a window, and just type 1/4 inch. See, this arrangement is not really nice. I wanted to have it like that. So click on this icon here and check this one, unstack. And then I put equal 1 foot dash 0 inches. So then I click outside. Now what I want to do, the same thing. I just use rotate, select it, accept it, rotate it in this direction, move it. Make sure your ortho is off so you can place it in a nice place. Maybe I would place it here. Maybe a little bit further up. Maybe I place it here. And then I would copy this the same way that I did the other one. My text is a little bit different from here. Maybe yours is different because I'm using an old template. Do not worry, just follow the steps. If you are using the right, see, this is layout title and this is layout title. So if your text is not exactly the same, it's okay. This is just a practice. I want you guys to know how to make a title block. So I am copying this one, accept the selection. See, remember, I need a base point like that, and I place it perpendicular to this line and perpendicular to that line. Now I just realized something, and as you can see, because this one is a little bit longer, the title is longer, this distance is not that nice. So what I would do, I would move all of them. Again, I prefer to have them in the same, you know, point and align. I prefer to have it maybe something like that. Okay, so maybe a little bit less, maybe here. Yeah, I like this one better. So now, again, I want to modify them. This is good. Depends on the drawing, we have to go and change them, but this gives us a base point to start. Anytime that I want to change the scale, you just double click. If it's 1/8, you just change it to 1/8. Click here, it's fixed. Okay, so don't worry if it's not permanent. You can anytime go change them. For example, date. For now, change the date to today's date. So for example, today is 6th of May, I guess. So 5/20/21, and here you go, checked by. Here you put my initial K dot and dot, because I am the one who's checking your drawing. In a company, usually you put the name of your supervisor or any designer that supervise your project. So they're gonna check your drawing. And here the title and drawing, again, what I need to do, I just copy these two, the top and bottom one, grab a point, maybe here, and copy perpendicular. Even you can turn on your ortho, and here you go. So drawn by, here you just write your name. Even you can write it completely, because if you put your initial, it's hard for me to find out who's who. So now, as you can see, this is kind of weird. So to modify this one, you just click on it, and there is an arrow beside it. Just grab the arrow and make it a little bit bigger. Okay, this is a little bit too much. Maybe we usually don't write the whole name. So what you can do, maybe put your initial for first name and your family. So anyway, I need to know exactly. If you just put, I don't know, KN, maybe we have 2 KN in our classroom. It's hard for me to find out who's who. But just write something like that. One part of your name complete, so I can realize who is who. And then for the title, I want you guys to write, for now, again, it could be floor plan, demolition plan, anything, because anytime we can go and modify it. Now, again, I have a problem. I don't like this one here, because we have lots of room at the bottom. So maybe I just modify this one and I place it somehow here. So what else? The next thing that I need to do, I need to add this part. And for this part, the page number, we use layout big title. So here you go, click here, find layout. Where is layout big title? Here, layout big title. Then just type T, enter, open a window, and just type DX /DX. Again, we use X because anytime, depends on how many pages we have, and the page of our drawing, anytime we come and change it. Okay, for example, if it's the first page of 10-page drawing, you just go and change it later onto this, but for now we leave it like that, DX over DX. And this kind of, it means that design, D is initial for design, and X is the page. So designer drawing page 1, designer out of designer drawing 10 pages. Okay, architect put A. Uh, yeah, so designer put D, and what else? So yeah, you need to put this note. I'm pretty sure your hand drafting teacher explained this to you because you want to protect yourself. You are just telling the contractor that they are responsible to measure everything on site. If something is wrong, they have to notify you. So they cannot just later on blame you that your drawing was wrong. Now I just copy this line here and double click and go ahead and type everything. So again, you click on it, grab this arrow, and you can make it longer. Okay, and what else? That's it. And the other thing that I didn't do here, and it's really optional, as you can see here, I left a little bit gap here and there to make it interesting. Some people like it, some people hate it. If you don't like it, keep it this way. If you like to add, this type of gap here, I put something here, and I delete the rest of the image, but you can look at your handout. If you like to add something like that, it's really simple. You go to modify, and there is something called break. This one. Go with the break. So as you can see here, it explained. So you can click once, move your hand, click again. AutoCAD would leave a gap between these 2 points for you. So see, if I click here and I want to, for example, add this, something like this gap here. So I just click on this line, then I go ahead and click here again. See, AutoCAD just add this gap for me. If I want to add this gap, press spacebar to repeat command. Maybe I click here and I click here. So see, now I have this gap. What else? Maybe if you want to add this gap, press spacebar. Maybe I click here and click here. Okay, it's really up to you. It's optional. If you like it, do it. If you don't like it, leave it as is.